if we go back to the history, we go back to the time of Rabban Hillel and Rabbi Shammai, we will see that the Pharisaical tradition was very pro-missionary. If we look at the writings of Josephus, we learn that the house of Hillel sent many missionaries to the nations to teach them the 7 laws of Noah. The house of Shammai criticized that, and they said, no, the nations don't need to learn the 7 laws. They need to convert. They do. If they don't convert to Judaism, they don't have Halak L'Olam Haba. They don't have a portion in the world to come. In the Jewish tradition, all the halakha follows Bet Hillel, follows Hillel. So according to the tradition of Hillel, the nations, the non-Jews, have a portion for the world to come in keeping the 7 laws. So this is the vision that was handed down to all of the Pharisaical teachers from the house of Hillel. If we go to the writings of the Christians, to the writings of Paul, this is his modus operandi. He is following the house of Hillel because according to their texts, the Christian scriptures, it says that he learned by the hand of Gamaliel. Gamaliel was a descendant of Hillel. So this will help us to understand why Paul is going amongst the nations, teaching them not to do the Jewish things, but to follow the 7 laws of Noah. And that was the ruling that the Christian community, the early Christian community, chose to follow. In Jerusalem, they made a ruling for their communities to keep the 7 laws, and those 4 things that they mentioned therein are directly connected to the 7 laws of Noah. And this is how Christianity is beginning in the Greco-Roman world as a B'nai Noach movement. Josephus states that in each of the communities throughout the Greek world, or the Romaniot communities, there were many God-fearers. Who were these God-fearers? The God-fearers were not Jews. They were non-Jews who attended the synagogue services, and they learned their obligations as B'nai Noach without becoming Jews. What happens is that once Christianity becomes a political power in the world, Jews are then prohibited from converting people. And then 200 years later, Islam did the same thing. So Jews, for a long time, did not have the ability to convert or to take new people into the nation. And there were exceptions to the rule every time. But for a long time, for over 1,000 years, the Jewish people became very weary of taking converts. So today, if we look at where the Jewish people are compared to the last 1,000 years of our history, we will see that we have more freedoms than before. So we don't have the yoke of the Greco-Roman world or even the Islamic world to tell us otherwise. We can now fulfill our mission as Jews, which takes us back to Parashat Yitro. You should be a light to the nations, a priest, a kingdom of priests. You cannot be a priest without having people to come. Right. So if the nation of Israel is a kingdom of priests, then where are the people to bring the offerings?